Blog Talk Radio.
Here at ACO Radio, American Communications Online, or any affiliated stations or websites are not responsible for what guest hosts or call-ins may say. All programming is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only.
This is TJ Morris, and you're listening to ACO Radio, and I am TJ Morris ET Radio, live on the air tonight with Dr. Bruce Cornett and Thomas Sinisi Hawksblood, and or Thomas Hawksblood Sinisi. I get it right in a minute. And we had set this up for our ACO Club tonight for those joining us, and if you'd like to join us, go to patreon.com/join/Teresa J. Morris, and you can choose what club you'd like to join. We're doing it that way these days for ACO, UFO, and our new one, ACAR. So welcome aboard. We appreciate all of you that have listened to us going on 8 years now, since June 2012. And I am doing my best to keep all our people in free social media out there, understanding the difference with Creative Commons license, and they've all got YouTubes and Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn, and how all that works to help you if you are a sole author or an entrepreneur or a speaker, or you go to events and would like us to help you get the word out. So that's what we do. And Tommy Hawksblood's been with me since the inception, the very first one for our ACO Ascension Center organization, and was a director for many years with my husband and myself and Janet Carolison and Dr. Alexander Sashalison. And in 2020, we invited, I need to mention Ken R. Johnston and Thomas I'll remember here in a minute. Thomas R. Becker. And Thomas R. Becker is our GM for ACO Radio, meaning American Communications Online, and he started a department called Allied Command Internet Radio with me and others, and we're going to run this as the ACO Association, articles and bylaws. So got all that red tape out of the way, so let me get on. I need to call someone because we don't usually do him on Friday night, and that is Jan Aldrich, our ufologist with UFO Association. But I've got to look up his phone number. And then Ronnie Dawson called in on our Tuesday show. We have a 3 to 5 Tuesday show. And I guess he'll show up tonight because they said they would, but I didn't send him anything. So Bruce Cornett has volunteered, thank God, to help me tonight. And then Tommy's going to go back into his spiritual world on Wednesdays with me, and he does a show Tuesday for UFO Association, Tina and Russ Kellett in the UK. And he's been doing live shows, but we're going to let him and Bruce get on here. But let me get Bruce on here to introduce himself, and then we'll get Tommy. Dr. Bruce Cornett, is that you?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, good.
Hello?
We're live and on the air. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Good. Okay, well, we're live and on the air, and this is our first recording tonight with you, and I will be able to call in Dr. Jan Aldrich later. But tell everybody who you are, and then I'm going to let Tommy, so we'll just get the introductions out of the way first. So go ahead and introduce yourself if you don't mind.
Okay. I have about 13 years of college education, 3 degrees in biology, geology, paleobotany, and palynology. And I've worked in the oil industry for about 11 years or more. And I've also worked at Lamont Doherty Earth Observatory, a division of Columbia University, drilling and analyzing rock cores from the Newark Basin in New Jersey between 1990 and 1993. And it was in that period of time that I was introduced to the TV show called Intruders, and I was rather surprised to find that this subject about alien abductions was on prime television, because being a scientist and working at an institution, we rarely ever discussed aliens or UFOs, etc. And I went to the bookstore and got a copy of the book Intruders by Bud Hopkins and John Mack, and the book manager suggested that I also get another book called Silent Invasion by Ellen Crystal. I was shocked when I read that book that it was about the area I lived in at the time in Middletown, New York, and her area, fieldwork area, extended from Middletown all the way up to Pine Bush, New York. And I got in contact with her, and she invited me out into the field with her, and I was shocked by what I saw. The first couple times I went out into the field with her, I saw things flying around at night that I could not explain, and nobody had ever prepared me for this. As a consequence, I decided to do a detailed scientific investigation into this phenomenon, taking photographs, time exposures, and video of these craft that were flying around and disappearing into the neighboring farm fields and coming up above tree rows and flying over us. This was not an airport. It wasn't anywhere near an airport. And these craft seemed to defy gravity and could stop, hover, and accelerate to incredible speeds. So what was this stuff doing in a rural area of New York, right near in between Pine Bush, Walden, Wallkill, and Montgomery, New York? As a consequence, I started a 24 square mile magnetic survey with a proton magnetometer in order to test Ellen Crystal's theory in her book that there's an underground alien base. And it took me about 3 years to complete. As a consequence of that mapping, I discovered many underground features and even discovered underground transmitting arrays sending signals out into space. Who would ever believe that? Nor would anybody believe that there are nuclear-powered ancient ships, alien probes, embedded in rock in the basin that had landed on Earth hundreds of millions of years ago. And I discovered those as well. And I'm going to be giving talks at the UFO mega conference in Laughlin in February, in less than a month from now, and it'd be based on the information in my book, Unconventional Aerial Phenomena, in the Hudson and Wachusett River Valley of New York. So that's why I'm involved in this at this particular time.
Great. Now stand by and let me see if I can get. I'm going to see if I can get Jan on here, and then ask him to hold on while we get Tommy on here. But I just want to make sure I can call him because he's used to me calling him on the show. I wonder if he's going to be able to hear me. Let's see if this is going to work. Oh, wait, I did it. I didn't do it. Let's see. How did I do this? I've got 2 cell phones, a phone, a studio phone, and let's see. It says that it's ringing, right?
Right, I hear it ringing. And where did you live, in Connecticut?
Hello? Yes. Hi, Jan's sister. This is the ACO Club Live on the Air. Is Jan around? He said he would come, or like to come on Friday night's show, and we're live and on the air now.
Okay, Jan, do you want to get on the show? Okay, he's coming. It might take him a second or two.
Okay. Well, great. I didn't know if he remembered, or we talked about it Wednesday on the day show to help us start tonight's club with Dr. Cornett and other people. Okay. Well, that'll be.
Yeah, he's coming on his way. He may have slipped his mind.
It's Susan, right?
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Susan. You do as much radio just about as he does. Well, we'll have to get you to come on and talk about one of your groups.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
Hi, Jan. This is Bruce Cornett talking.
How do you do?
Fine. Are you in Connecticut?
Yes, I am.
What part of Connecticut?
Northeast.
Northeast, up near Storrs, Connecticut, University of Connecticut?
Close to the Rhode Island border.
Oh, much even closer to that, huh? Because I grew up in West Hartford, Connecticut, and went to UConn.
Yeah, I mean Canterbury, Connecticut.
Oh, okay. I got it. Very good.
Okay. Bruce, let's let Jan. Tommy's here too, and Tommy's rather long-winded, but he's been with me for years, so Tommy's on. But stand by, Tommy, because you and I are old hands at this. Jan, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself for Friday night's club, because you and I have been doing Tuesday day club. So tell everybody, if you don't mind, giving them your little introduction about who you are and your background, and then me and Tommy will fill in, and then we'll start a conversation if you don't mind.
Okay. So I've been stealing from the government for about 50 years now. First in the Army, and then 25 years in the post office. So my time in the Army was involved with meteorology for about 16 years, and then security and intelligence, and personnel and safety. Since I was in junior high, which is back in about 56, that's when I got an inkling about what UFOs were about that time, because I saw ball lightning. Investigating ball lightning led me to UFOs, and so almost 60 years later, I've completed about 60 years of collecting information and trying to sort it out in various ways. One of the things I did when I left the Army, I started what was called Project 1947,